All right, everyone, we are back with the B-side final of the Leather Pocket League playoffs for our Wednesday division. We got a great one here. Bus Boys, who we just watched lose 13-5 to Who Ate My Rice. They're now taking on Broken English, who we got a glimpse of yesterday morning. They played the first match and won on the stream. They lost their next match, and then they've won a couple on the B side to find their way into the semi-final. The winner of this match will be taking on Who Ate My Rice, and we'll have to beat them twice. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube, guys, so make sure you're clicking that thumbs up for me and give it a share. And, of course, one more match after this one, possibly two. As I just mentioned, the winner of this will play Who Ate My Rice, and we'll have to beat them twice. True double elimination format here. So at least one more match scheduled after this one. Comment on the YouTube there. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. And I will be following the comments on both the Facebook and the YouTube if you guys want to chat along. Keep me entertained while I'm doing the solo gig this week. Grant Zemp is in Philly at the Super Billiard Expo. Super cool. Got the Jam Up booth there. And he will be back next weekend. We'll have playoffs again next weekend for our Tuesday, Thursday divisions. Same thing all over. Saturday starting at 11 and then through to Sunday. And so if you're just tuning in for the first time this weekend, it is our league playoffs. And thanks, Tyson, sitting right beside me. He doesn't need his volume on because he can just hear me. It's great. But we do have a summer league starting first week of June. If you guys are interested to get involved in Leather Pocket leagues, really fun. Great payouts, really great tables, great conditions. Nice diamond tables with the Predator cloth and the Predator balls. Always super clean. And so we're going to see some mixed shirts here again. But hopefully everybody's got a half idea from watching the last match who the Bus Boys are. And Broken English are the other people. So we got Bus Boys on the left side table, and we've got Broken English on the right-hand table currently. Dave shooting on the left and Derek on the right. Drills the bank, but that's not going to do him any favors. Unless he has some weird in-off with drawing back for shape. This would be crazy if this worked. He's got to dig into this cue ball, too. It's no good to just pot this 5. You got to draw back, too. You got to draw off the left side rail and out. Try to get back down here for the 8, too. But he's playing the 5 in off the 11 to the top left. It looked like he fouled there. Like he hit the wrong ball first. Tony looks around like, did you foul? He doesn't think so, but he certainly did. Not a big deal in this situation. I think Tony, from ball in hand, might even put it right where she is. Spear that ball in the corner and break these two out. She doesn't even necessarily need to do that. She could play a safety. She could play a 3-ball combo later because that ball's hanging down there. She's got lots of options. Hopefully the stream isn't lagging on anybody else's end either. I saw Facebook lagging a little. I'm following along both streams. Let's see, she does play the safe. Definitely a very smart shot. The only thing I don't like is, you know, you give up those free shots. But here, the free shot is only like a 2-rail Hail Mary kick with, if you somehow make it, you're not even guaranteed to have a great shot on the 8. And look at this beautiful work from Derek here. Real nice. On the other table, looking at taking the first game for Broken English. I'm running a solo ship here, Martin. Broken English on the board first. 1-0. Gonna have Paul Silva breaking on that other table. And Tony now has all her balls in the open. And she nudges that one over the side pockets. Really smart. That's a great shot. We are live at the Leather Pocket Billiards. If you guys have never been here, you got to come check it out. 7-foot diamonds, 9-foot diamonds, Valley bar boxes, and a Predator Apex 9-foot with the arena light. So do me a favor, guys, if you're just tuning in, share that stream for me. Would be very much appreciated. That's all we ever ask of these free streams at Q Sports Live, is that you guys share it for me. And I'm going to do the same myself. I want to share it to a whole bunch of pool groups. All right, let's leave it to that. Both 6 of them for now. We'll spam it more in the final. So Tony right on top of this 11, but she can shoot away from it and push it into the hole. Doesn't seem to be an issue. This line looks good. Oh, and she nearly reached in to grab the cue ball, but good thing she didn't, because it caught some horns and stayed out. I have to watch that replay on the delay, and it looks like they broke on the other table. My bad, the logo's still up there. And she didn't get shook by that. That's important. It's easy to get a little too excited after you do something like that. Okay, Paul with the miss, going to bring Wayne to the table here, Wayne Chow. And Tony with a nice delicate stroke there, maybe too delicate. Put the cue ball right on the rail and she's dead straight in. You can tell by her body language. She's not in love with this one. Either gotta bank the 8 next, or you have to chip the top side of the 12, the left side, her left side of it, and try to get the cue ball on the end rail with the 12 in the way of the 5. Nice shot from Wayne there, real nice. He's only got one tough ball there. Looks like it's the 12 as well. Let's see what Tony does here on the left. Big shot early in the match, as we saw in the last match. Bus Boys didn't get too many of the good rolls, and they lost 13-5, rather. So we'll see if they can recover quick or if things are going to keep going downhill. But they're right in it. It is a double elimination tournament. Somebody had to go to the loser side. But they are still right in it with a chance to get back into the final, and we have seen the double dip performed in Leather Pocket League playoffs before. We've often seen it go to a second set. I expect nothing less this weekend. Of course, as a fan of pool, a fan of Leather Pocket, a fan of all these players, I really hope it goes to a second set. I want to see the drama. Let's see the drama. Hopefully this will be a closer match than the last one. Already it is. It's 1-1. And let's see where this cue ball ends up for Wayne. Not bad. He got a rub there. In between shots and games, I'll throw up the odd poster. This one I know is a little tough to read, but very important tournament. This will be the next major tournament we do, minus playoffs next weekend as well. It's the second annual Huntington's disease. Hope for a cure. My good friend Giorgio Sigopoulos running this tournament. And very successful last year and more so this year already. 33 teams signed up, capped at 48 teams. Only 15 spots left, so if you want in on that, send me a message if you have any questions about that, or if you just want to donate to the cause, send me a message. Send Q Sports Live a message. However it is you want to get a hold of us, and we'll point you in the right directions, answer any questions you got. Good effort from Wayne there. And I like that his teammates acknowledge that too with a good try, Wayne. Because it was a fabulous effort. Spinning that cue ball around the 8. I feel like he just either overhit it or didn't quite get the correct amount of spin to keep a different line. But Tyson over there on the left, he's got ball in hand with wide open spaces. Really the only tough ball here is maybe the 8. That's not even that tough. I like this open with 13. That might be the other tough ball. Wayne needs a big one here. This is a really tough shot on the right side table. What an effort. What an effort. No Dan this weekend either. No, these weekends can be tough for everybody. Of course, he's just getting to near the end of tax season, so the man has not had many days off at all. He said he might pop in at some point, but I'm not too concerned about it. But thanks, Gord. I appreciate it. And I love pool, so if I wasn't here streaming this and doing the commentary, I'd just be sitting at home watching it. Maybe doing the commentary for my dad. Yeah, just like you, Gord. Just a pool junkie. I love watching pool. I love playing pool. That's a great effort from Wayne there. He hit the correct side of the ball. That's kind of all you can ask of yourself is hit the correct side. Don't hit it like full in the face, if you know what I mean. He knew he had to cut it on that side, and he hit the correct side of it. What a great shot from Tyson there on the left. Really nice shot. Not easy to navigate that little window and get precise on the 9 without bringing in the side pocket scratch, so he had to be brave there, and he played it well. So I think he can just stop right there and shoot the 14 into the upper right next. Does he have that? Is he straight enough for that? If not, he may have to roll forward into the 6. And even if he misses the 6, goes between the 14-6, he should be just fine. And what's Paul done there? Has he's whiffed it. He drove right by that ball. Did he miscue? I didn't see what happened. He miscued, yeah. Just watch the delay on the stream there. That could be a big one early in the match. And yeah, Gord, the other guy, traveling the world with his shirts. I love that he's doing that, though. That's actually really great for what we do here at Q Sports Live, too. It just fits so well. And they've always been a great supporter of Q Sports Live, too. And as a player, they've always supported me as well. So I love Jam Up Apparel. I'm a big fan. Oh, Wayne hit that ball so slow. Why so slow? I feel like he had to get through it a little more than that. A little more. He hit it very slow. Don't want to baby those ones over distance too much. I could kind of tell right away just by the speed that he hit it that it was in danger of not going straight. And Gord, no, your shirt didn't show up yet. I don't think it'd be that quick. It's only been a week and a half or so maybe. A 6 ball for Paul. Hopefully he chalked well after that miscue. You'd have to think he's got lots of chalk on there now. Don't want to be doing that again. That's a good stroke. He's perfect here. Really perfect. Hard to go wrong now. Should be 2-1 Bus Boys. And Tyson's landed on the wrong side of the 11, so if he can't get out there, then maybe even 3-1 Bus Boys. And you got to think he's recognized the fact that Paul is winning this game over there too, so kind of even adds a little pressure to the moment for Mr. Baudistel over there. As always, big shout out to Leather Pocket for hosting us here. Hosting the league all season. We're very blessed pool players here in Calgary. If you've never been out this way, we're very lucky. We have a very healthy pool scene. It's a good shot from Tyson. The bank is on here, the bank in the side. I don't think the 6 is in the way. He's shooting it real quick, though. I don't know if I'm in love with this. After making a really good other shot. Oh, what a finish. What a finish there. That'll get the team fired up, won't it? Let's go, they said. Kind of like this Nick guy. He likes firing them up a little, you know. It's all about firing them up. All right, let's see what Warren's got in store for a break here on the right side table. Let's see how it lays out. Second ball often can get this one-sided action if you don't hit it correct or rack it correct. One-sided, I mean, all the balls are to the right side of the table. There's only one ball past half on the left side. What a super out there from Tyson to tie up the match. That's got to give not only him some confidence, but his team as well. Got to be feeling great about that. As mentioned there, while Warren thinks of his next shot, Jam Up Apparel at the Super Billiard Expo in Philadelphia. He'll be back next weekend for the other round of playoffs for the Tuesday-Thursday divisions, which I have a team in as well as Grant. So I'm sure he's looking forward to that. And Gord, yeah, hopefully, I'm sure the shirt will show up before Vegas. I'm guessing it'll be here during Westerns when you're here. Still a couple weeks until that, few weeks. And yeah, you talked to Ryan. Hopefully he's doing okay. And I'm not in a rush for that cue, so I'll give him a shout tomorrow, see how he's doing. Looks like a good break, or not a good break, on the other table. No ball made. In some senses, this can be good at this level, though. You do sometimes want your opponent shooting first, maybe clearing some traffic for you when the table is tough, like this one is. Just at first glance of where the 8 is. So maybe a couple of grinding games here. Warren doesn't mind on the other table if he's got to kind of grind it a little, but he's looking at running out. This would be some kind of out. So how do we do this if we're him? I think we have to shoot the 5 now and get on the 7. But does the 7 go on the side? If not, then you need to get the cue ball close to where it is right now, and that's a pretty tall task. Yeah, he was trying to develop the 8 too, because the 8 was kind of in an awkward spot with that stripe blocking a lot of angles. So he attempted to develop the 8 a bit, and he made it worse. But I do think it still banks in the side. That's the least of his worries right now, as he's got to get from the 7 to the 6. He's on the wrong side of the 7. Might have to come over here where he's going to look. Maybe near middle table and take a thin cut on the 6, but getting to the 8 is going to be almost just a flyer. Good effort from Dave there on the other table. Tough one. Feel like solids are still pretty contained there. Maybe the 1 goes in the side, could open them up a bit. Not sure the 4 passes the 8 anyway. Lan Fong to the table on the right. We knew Warren was in tough there. We knew he was in real tough, so he's tried to just play a little containing safe. I don't blame him. Good shot from Derek. He's got a hanger down here. He always had the 7 near the bottom right corner. Does he like the 1 while shooting over the 3? This could be the game-winning shot if it works. Nudges the 4 out. Don't want to overhit it, just want to nudge the 4 a little. Don't want to scratch. Uh-oh. It all went wrong there. And good call, Gord, on the off the 6, leaves the cue ball on the back rail. He called that safety perfectly, Gord did. And speaking of stuff showing up, did the chalk show up yet, Gord? I'm sure you would have let me know, but, well, we got you there. A little town chalk for sale at Leather Pocket in the near future here. El Capitan tuning in. Team captain of Who Ate My Rice, awaiting the winner of this. For the final, they'll have to be beat twice. next week in Winnipeg. Awesome, Gord. Awesome stuff, Chalk, soon. Love to hear it. Warren with a good chance now. Just drove by that 6. That's pretty good control because he came real close to shipping it, which might have changed everything. Yeah, if it doesn't come next week, Gord, then just bring it with you for sure. No problem, pal. I'm not sure if Alan reached out to you, Alan Wang. He said you could probably just ship his box with mine if it does come next week. Save some shipping cost. Bank in the side for Warren. Favored him to make it, and he did. Very nice shot. And that might be just what Bus Boys needed to kind of get the boys going a little bit. Not a lot of energy doing over there. And Clark's still not for sure about the town chalk. Wow. How could you not be sure, Clark? I used to play with the Pyro for a little bit. I loved it. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. And then the V10 is actually better. The green V10. And what turned me onto it, Clark, the town in general, was watching snooker. And they talked about it in snooker. And a lot of the players there are using it. And I thought, if they're using it, then it's got to be really good. And now it's like probably 95% of the snooker players are using it. Because the cue ball's not skidding. The chalk does not mark the ball. So it doesn't mark the table much either. So it's going to keep the table a little cleaner, which is going to make the cloth last a bit longer too. It's like the cleanest chalk ever, Clark. It's crazy. And I have no affiliation with Taum other than the fact that it's amazing. So they didn't pay me to say that, is what I'm getting at. Nice kick shot from Derek, but he's scratching again. Can Dave punish him this time? And Mick Landers, the table on the right. If you guys are CSL fans, you'd be aware Mick was part of the team for a little while, was a partner. He has a very busy and successful drywall company, so he had to kind of check out and go back to doing that. Clark, for sure, come try some on Thursday when you're down for some practice. I don't have any for sale yet, but I'm going to have some soon. As we were mentioning there, Gord's going to ship me out some. But you can try the piece that I have. I have a piece of the V10. You can hear in the background there, Albert 6-0. It's a 10-ball tournament going on the 9-foots behind me here. Looks like they got a lot of players. Let's see if I can get a peek of how many players they got. Oh, look at the draw, the challenge draw. 23 players for the 10-ball today. 9-foot 10-ball tournament. Leather Pocket has great weekly tournaments. Friday night 9-ball, Saturday afternoon 8-ball, and a Sunday afternoon 10-ball. Lots of action. Always somebody to play if you like a little small wager game. That's 8-ball on the left for a 4-2 lead. Bus Boys looks like they've recovered well after the last match, which is nice to see. And while Wayne makes a decision over there on the other table, a quick shout out to my man Nick with Nick's Q Innovation. And back to the action. Wayne with the 2-ball on the side. Looks like all the balls are in the open. Shouldn't have to move anything. Maybe the 6 will pass into the lower left after the 1 or the 3. Or he could possibly drop on it now into the right side pocket, but that's a tight little gap to hit. So I don't envy trying that, and he didn't. He would have loved to be on the 6 right there. It would have been very simple from there, but it's okay. He's got some other balls to work onto it. I think maybe the 5 and try to get on the 6. Yeah, I think that's maybe the play here, because the 1 leads to the 8 so nicely. So here's the play, actually. It's the 3. Yeah, this is correct. The 3 to the 6. If you land straight on the 6, you just stop. You're on the 5, you're on the 1. It's pretty routine. Takes a minute to see these patterns sometimes from back here. I think I see him a little quicker when I'm at the table, to be honest. Also, of course, watching 2 games doesn't help my cause. But I've yet to get a score wrong this weekend, so that's good. Watching 2 and doing solo action. I will say the brain has been fresher since the regular gym time. I've been running, and it's been way fresher, the mind. So Wayne Chow, a little stop shot here on the 5 on the right side table. And the 1 in the side to the 8 in the lower left to get Broken English within 1 game. And it looks like Tyson on the left for Broken English. He's on the 10 in the upper left. No, it looks like the 14. The 10 is beside it, so would it be a combination maybe next? It's good he stood up off that ball. He didn't look 100% sure yet. And a really nice out from Wayne there on the right side table. Let's see what Tyson's looking at over here. He stood up once for the waitress, and then he stood up again. Sometimes it's tough to focus in a pool room. There's a lot of moving parts. You gotta be lasered in. You gotta be unshakable from things like that too. Can't let them get to you. He's played a nice shot, kept his composure. He needs one more good one here, I feel, and then he might be out of the woods. If he can roll this in, it looks good from here. What a great shot, right down the middle of the pocket. Both these balls will go in the same hole, and then it's just a matter of getting a little short side shape on the 8 into the upper right. It seems to be perfect here. He's got the carbon shaft, so the draw shot is on. Very controllable with the carbon, I find. You could go forward off 2 rails as well, or backwards off 2. I don't like that option. That was probably the worst of the options. Because with the carbon, it's easy to get too much siding on that ball. So I think maybe forward 2 rails if you had that angle. It's a little tougher to see that shot maybe from where he was too, so can't say I hate him for playing it the way he did, but and it looks like this table on the other side is not breaking as nicely. This one on the left is breaking wide open. Somebody stealing the turtle racks. You just wait till I find them.
I got a couple at home.
It's you who's stealing them. No, I'm just kidding. We've got turtle racks going missing from our weekly tournaments, so Somebody's going to get the beat down. Yeah, from all the running I do to keep the place running smoothly. Yeah, that's another part of the running that I do. Yeah, the right table's a mess, but very workable here. Good effort from Tyson, but a super tough shot. Elevated over a ball, kicking one rail into a blind ball is really, really tough.
In the middle of the table.
Blind ball on the rack spot. That's real tough. Yeah, and that table on the right always breaks tough, Clark says. It tends to. I don't know. I think if you can get the rack good, it'll open up decently. I think Reiner should have just called safety there. He could have potted that ball and just called safe. I mean, same result as now, except he's got a little touchy shot here to get the same safety. These ones are so hard to execute. You gotta have such a soft touch. And I think, yeah, he's thinned that ball. Got to the rail nicely. So good shot there from Reiner on the right-hand table. Paul Silva on the left. The 6 ball straight in for Bus Boys. Oh, look out. Sorry, guys, just helping run the show, as Gord was saying there, too. Got to run the place, too. Running. Always running. But just making sure everything's going smooth, you know. Martin and John Savoy doing a great job running the tournament there. Team working it. Beautiful, beautiful shot from land there. Really nice. And look at the reward is a safe on all those balls. Smart shot from Mr. Silva. Playing the guaranteed safe. And extra handy to send the 7 up near the ball. I mean, I don't always love these safeties because the guy kicks it in sometimes. He kicked it in the wrong hole. He called the corner, yeah. He did call the corner, so. Bus Boys. If he called the side, he would have, like, fist bumped or something after. Jumped in the air like, yeah. It's harder to lie when it's on video, though, you know. Yeah, GWN. It's okay to be critical. There have been some big unforced errors. And that was kind of one of them. You know, not getting out there for Tyson. And then kick the ball in the wrong hole. If you guys are just tuning in, we're watching the Leather Pocket League playoffs. Leather Pocket Billiards in Calgary, Alberta. And do me a big favor, click that share button, guys. I know there's lots of pool on today, but do me a favor, click the share button. Minimum one more great match after this one. the final. But the winner of this match will have to beat Who Ate My Rice twice to win the title and the $4,500 prize money. Is Lan going to get a rail here? The 5 is just going to touch the rail. Nice shot. Good touch. Really nice break from Tony there on the left. If this combo is wired, that might be the opener. Although, wow, after such a great break, what a mess. Combo's going to have to be the shot. And she's got to hope that the 10-14 combo is on too. The 7 ball is in such a bad spot. She might be able to move it now, then use the 2 or the 6 to break the 4. Oh, how about this? She could use the 7 to break the 4 right now. How about cut the 7 and draw over into the 4? She's on the 6. And you want to try to do these things early because now you're giving yourself extra chances if it goes wrong. You have more options. And it did go wrong. She's not on the 6. She got the ball out. And this combo lays pretty nice for her, I think. I think that'll be the shot. She could play the 4 in off the 2 in the side, but no, she's calling the 2. Combo lays nice. And she doesn't have to do much with the cue ball here. She should be on the 3 or the 4. Delicate safety again from Reiner has left the 2 on here for Lan, as well as probably the 6. Oh, and the cue ball slows down nicely. She's on the 3 on the left here. You want to be pretty precise with the shape on the 4 next in the side. Side pockets can be a little tough. Easy to land on the wrong side of the ball. Angles are usually better from the corner pocket shots, but she's landed perfect on this 4. Dead straight in. Stop shot is all she needs. Just that little touch of draw to make sure she's got enough of this 6. And this is a routine shot. Touch of left spin. 8 in the side next. Look outside pocket. Don't do it to her. And it has done it to her. That's the only way that could go wrong. A touch more left spin, maybe. Little bottom. That could be a big shot in this match, too. 6-3 or 5-4. Little unlucky that ball goes in there, but we all know what happens. That pocket is there. Let's see if her teammate can pick her up. See if Lan Fong can find her way out of this. Little bit of a mess over there on the right side table. These matches are usually a little over 2 hours. So I'm going to think our final's going to be around, let's say 4:30 for the first set of the final. Oh, this looks to be a pretty good shot from Lan there. I think she's controlled the cue ball just enough to be on the 4. Possibly the 1, but I tend to think the 4 is going to be the shot here, and then the 1 maybe in the upper right or the right-hand side. But she'll need to be really precise there to get shape on the 7. Meanwhile, Warren's got a bit of a tough one here with where the 10-14 lays. Not a gimme. see, Lan is rolling this ball in, so she's going to the other side of the 1. But I think she's maybe too far below it. Can she clip this one thin enough to crash into the 7 is the question now, and I think it's probably going by the 7. Really hard to tell from here, obviously. And Warren attacking the breakout off 2 rails. He's hit it nicely, but he's going to have a tester here. He's got enough of a breakout where the 10 will go in the upper right if he can roll this 12 in and get straight on the 13, but he's going to be shooting over a ball, so you might not see him take it on. You might see him flick the 14 and leave the cue ball near the top left corner. That's going to give Tony a free shot. If I'm her, I'm loving this. I might have a free kick to win this game when I thought I might not get back to the table. And a tough shot from Lan there, a real tough one. She tried to play a little bank shot there and hold position for the 1. That was a tricky angle. And Reiner has rolled the ball not into the rail. How many times have we seen that? A few. So if you're new to BCA rules, he didn't get a rail after contact, so it's a foul. It's a ball in hand. See if Lan can punish him for that mistake over there. She's landed pretty good on this 7. She's going to be playing the 8 into the upper left. We've seen the cue ball swallowed up by the right side pocket on the other table. She's got to avoid that here. That right side pocket is in play a little bit. Oh, yeah, straight in the drink. That was such a tough shot to avoid that pocket. She tried to overstroke it to spin it below the 8-2 to play the 8 in that side. I thought she may need to just take what she could get on the 8. Take a bit of a cut. Now we could see Bus Boys up 7-3. This one is slipping away a little bit from Broken English. And Bus Boys have recovered real nicely after last match. You always question that. Always question the recovery ability after kind of being beat handily. Straight in here on the left, and straight in on the right. It's looking good for Bus Boys. And it happens quick, 2 tables at a time. Oh, wow, Reiner's way under hit that ball. Now he's got a really tough shot on the right. I think his teammate Warren's going to drill that, and he does indeed for 6-3. And now let's see what Reiner's got in the tank for this tricky little angle, this shot. He does really well. It's a great shot. And 7-3, just like that. And time in between both racks for an ad or 2. Predator and Jam Up Apparel collaborating. Great hats there. Another great collaboration. One of these sweet Predator Jam Up shirts. And another. Make sure you go check them out. jamupapparel.com. Lots of cool designs on there. Always coming out with new stuff too, keeping it fresh. And I'm one of their sponsored players, so if you're looking at getting a discount code, I can hook you up. Send me a message. I'll send you the discount code. Okay, 7-3 Bus Boys in a race to 13. They're over the halfway mark. I guess Rockstar energy drinks are a medical thing now. Can't drink Diet Coke. He needs to drink Diet Rockstar Energy that he had his daughter bring him. But it's a liquor license thing. Can't drink it in a to-go cup. Unfortunately, AGLC thing. That was the small discussion there. But you'll see it all from these pool players, I guarantee that. I've seen it all. A little bit of everything. Tyson in great shape there on the left table, and Wayne Chow on the right. Broken English looking to get this to 7-5. And as Paul just said, yeah, to his teammates, Tyson, he's shooting real good. He's on fire here. Confidence running high after the couple of great shots in his last rack, the big bank. The big bank on the 8 that he got down in two-stroke, fired it in. And hello, Brenda from Ohio on the Facebook chat. Only 2 balls left in the 8 for Tyson. Another nice little run out, and he's held this cue ball a perfect angle on the 14. Easy to overdraw that one, trying to think about getting straight in on the 14. And then end up shooting over the 1 or cueing near the 1 or something. Instead, he's held it nice. Look at that. He almost missed it. Nearly overcut it. He knew it was questionable. But he's found the back of the pocket. That's all that matters in this game. And now roll in this 8 for another beautiful little out from Tyson. He's bringing it. Acknowledged from a couple of the Busboys teammates as well. And 7-4, they're right in it. If Wayne on the right table can find his way out of this rack, then it's going to be 7-5 in anybody's game. He's looking good here. He's got a little more angle on this 15 ball than he would like. He could play it up into the corner. It might be the correct shot. If he pots it in the side, the angle's going the other way. He's got to watch he doesn't get too much angle on the 11 as well. He'd love to be just straight in on the 11. Obviously a little tough from our point of view to see how much angle he had. Looks like he's held it beautifully. What a great shot. What a great shot there from Wayne, and he's looking good here to get this to 7-5. This 8 ball to claw them to within 2. And he finds the back of the hole. 7-5, Busboys now leading this race to 13. Nice close match we got here again for the fans. Looks like a dry break from Paulie there on the left. It's going to bring, who do we got here? We got Lan up to the table for Broken English, sporting the Stylin' Predator Jam Up custom shirt. And it's a real nice one. I love how pool players always have millions of excuses for why they're not playing well. This is a new one though. Couldn't drink Diet Coke because of the diabetes. Had to drink Diet Energy drink. It was a medical thing, apparently. It's a new one. Let's see if Lan can get Broken English back in this match within 1. And we got Reiner to break on the other table. Great guy, Reiner. Known for a number of years now, since I was a youngin' playing the game. Just a super great guy. Really stand-up guy, good competitor, perfect gentleman of the game. And he makes a nice break there, but again, not the easiest table. Couple of tough ones here. These 2 games could be very important in this match, in the flow of the match. 2 games at a time, it goes quick. Great shot from Lan there. What a shot indeed, with the spin to keep the cue ball away from the 14 too. What a great shot. And now this table doesn't look so bad at all, because I think she could play the 9 off the 1 in the side and open the 8. That's what I'm seeing here. Shoot the 14, then the 9 off the 1. That's how I see it. And if she gets close to straight on that shot, then she can just stop the cue ball and be on the 10. This looks pretty good. Her angle might actually be going the wrong way here a bit, though. Maybe kind of away from the 10. So some control needed. Tony with ball in hand over there. That's big news for Broken English. Reiner made a big mistake on the opening shot, looks like. The pace of play appears to be up to standard. We're on games 13 and 14, and just now 1 hour in to the match. 1 hour in and halfway through, that's about right. Lan had had to take a bit of a swing at that shot for sure. It wasn't easy. Very missable, and indeed she did that, but this is a tough one for Paul. He's got loads of trouble over there. The 2 is in trouble, the 7 is in trouble, the 8's in trouble. He can't be loving life. Being solids here. Yeah, Tony's got a tough one over there too. It's funny because Reiner scratched on the opener, I think, but it might have been the best thing he could do. Kind of forces the issue on Tony. Makes her try to run out, even though it might have been too tough. And then she's just kind of opening some lanes for him and getting some stuff out of the way. Also bringing in more safety options for him if she doesn't get out, and she's only got 1 or 2 balls left and he's got more. So let's see what we've got over here on the left. Paul is in even more trouble now, kind of stuck underneath the 10, and now he's only got 3 balls. Lan has 3, so kind of even Steven over there. 8's freed up for him, and the 2 as well, so that's a bonus, but he needs to find a good safety here. He doesn't really have a pot at this ball. Yeah, Gord Kerr says they sure are giving big money at 4 Bears. Shani Keen won $800 US for 4th in the women's A division. They add a lot of money to that tournament. First year I went there, it was 10,000 first place in the 8 ball for the open division, and it was something like that in the player auction as well. Like 11, I think. It was huge. All that for Valley 8 ball tournament. And what a great tournament it is. I've been to it a couple of times. 3 times, I believe. Always had a good time down there. I got 4th in the 9 ball, 4th in the 8 ball last time I was there. Kind of overshadowed by Steven getting 2nd in both events, but I was really happy with 4th in both events. I think I came home with a couple thousand in my pocket to show for it. And just a really smoothly run event. They do a really, really fantastic job down there. Ray Poitras and the team. So if you guys have never been, certainly worth going. It's a little ways from Newtown, North Dakota, just across the border if you're in Saskatchewan, so worth the trip. And I mean, if anybody has watched 8 ball on the small table, we know Valley is the great equalizer. Kind of anybody can win on those tables. Not only because it's a little bit easier in some ways to pot the balls, but it's also the unforced errors are maybe a little higher just because the tables are less predictable. So like the rails don't bounce as true. Sometimes they play a little slower, so it can be harder to move the cue ball around, but I've always thought the Valley's the great equalizer. Well, let's see, Lan is looking at potting the 12, coming 1 rail across and shooting 10 in the same hole, but she's come way short. I think 2 things happened there. She caught it a little thick on the object ball, and she didn't really get the correct spin, which was hard to get with the cue ball on the rail. Yeah, and it's Gord. That's right. They make a good point there. It's even better for me because the tables are very small, so I never really have to reach too far. If anybody's watched me play them, you know, on the vertically challenged side, I got a little better shooting opposite hand for that exact reason. Not too shabby with the rest as well. Because of the vertically challenged, thankfully these 7-foots, they don't create too many of those shots, but I like to play on the 9-foots. That's where I enjoy the game the most, so I'm used to the reaching. Got really good at reaching. Tony just trying to tie up another ball over there on that left side rail. She's got a cluster up there on the top right, but and yeah, Chris, they aren't that small. And thanks, Gord. So what do we do if we're Reiner here? I think we pump this ball in the middle of the table off the rail, off the 7, and break everything out, right? No? It might be half a free shot. Oh, I really like what he did there. It's his brave weight, but it's a smart shot because he's put that ball in a position where he can potentially use it for a breakout later. And I like what Land's looking at here. Touch a right spin off the edge of this and go into the 2. No. Okay. I kind of liked maybe a little firmer and spin it more and get frozen up behind the 2-8. That would have opened the 10 as well, because Paul's got a couple of free shots here where he's not going to give her much of a look at the 10. Good shot from Tony. Takes over that top right pocket. This is where Poole can be a little chess. You know, Reiner played that shot thinking he'll push his ball into a better position, but if he had have thought a move ahead, he might know that Tony was going to do that. Although, maybe that's what he already knew, and he had a good plan for it. Maybe he wanted her to do that. Maybe that was the plan all along, was force her into doing that. Oh, look at this. Paul's got pretty fortunate here to nudge the 7 out of the, he missed the 6, nudged the 7 out of the way of the 10 to free open the pocket, but then it came back in the way. Certainly a pretty fortunate roll there. But there were a lot of different ways that could work out. And thanks, Chris. On the workout train. Nice. Love to see it. I got mine in this morning bright and early. I've been testing my dedication by, you know, trying to get out there early and see how much I want to improve my game and my health and all that stuff. So not easy to get out there on a Sunday morning, but I did it. I actually got a real good run in, good workout in. So Chris, your comment in the Facebook is nice to read. I'm sure on the health train too, sir. Seems to be a common theme this year so far. A lot of my friends getting healthier, quitting the bad habits, forming good ones. That's what we love to see. We got a pool-filled day here. If you've never been down to Leather Pocket, today would be a great day to come check it out. Pool galore going on. We got 23 players in the 10-ball tournament on the 9-foot playing behind me. And we've got, of course, the final 4 teams that played off starting today, the final 4. We're down to 3 now. The Leather Pocket In-House League playoffs. First place today, taking home $4,500. Decent chunk of change. Look out, cue ball on the left, almost scratched. Reiner with the safety on the right. Tying up the balls more. So if you're if you're Tony rather here, you got two options in my eyes. You can try to cut the 6 in, go back and forth, gain an angle on the 1 to break the 8. Or you bank the 6 into this hanger down here on the left. Pot his ball. I think that's what she's going to do. And I like this play. This was the first thing that came to my mind. And usually I try to go more on the aggressive side. She's left that 6 in a really great spot. Regis, my man, in the Facebook chat. Long time no see. Good to see you there, pal. Whew. Gord says last time he played pool in Calgary was the big pool room on Electric Ave in downtown Calgary. I'm not sure which room that would have been before my time, Gord. I don't even know. Electric Ave's got to be 17th downtown there. Lan Fong made a super shot on her last stripe and a great shot on the 8th there, although it did slop in a little. It was questionable for a second. We were holding our breath. Found the back of the pocket, and 7-6. This match tightened right up. It was 7-3 a minute ago, folks. It does not take long for it to tighten right up. Tony with ball in hand on the 1. Breaking out the 8. 6 is over the hole down here, but the 8 didn't get in the open. I don't think it passes the 10. Let's go back to our dual screen there. Get rid of my leather pocket logo on the corner. While we await Warren Saffel's break on table 8. Crystal Palace. I was thinking that might be what it was, Greg. Good call. Henry Campus used to be a partner in that pool room, I believe. Crystal Palace, 30 plus years ago. I'm only 33, so that's before my time. Tony with a shot there. Good timing on that one. She's trying to force it through to get back down for the 8 somewhere, but she double kissed that ball in, and now she's got a bank on this 8 into the same hole. The 6 just went in. I gotta say, I don't hate her chances. This looks like a good one. Very available. She caught the double kiss. Caught the double kiss, and Bus Boys. Reiner to the table there. Warren Saffel at the other table. Bus Boys at both tables here. Looking to regain some of that big lead they had. Getting down to the back half of the match here. Games are becoming more and more important. Reiner got a bit of a big bounce there, but he's okay. He would have loved to be straight in on this ball playing a stop shot to shoot the 8 in the side, but he can come around. Good call, Greg. I love the old school Calgary knowledge. The Roots rolls the 8 in to put Bus Boys up 8-6 in this race to 13. Let's get a quick poster up here while Warren decides his next shot. It's the Huntington's disease. Hope for a cure. Second annual tournament there. If you got any questions about that event, just send me a message or send Q Sports Live a message. We'll get back to you. Great tournament for a really great cause. I'm super looking forward to that one. 33 teams already signed up, only 15 spots left. I'd love to see that one fill. Warren on the left table here. Gonna cut the 4, try to get short side on the 3, which he's done pretty well. This is such a tough rack to run out. I'm actually quite surprised to see him attempt the run out here. I thought he might pot 1 or 2 balls and then play it safe, try to grind it out. Because even potting this 3 and getting on the 7 or the 2, the 8 is still in a bad position as well. Cue ball's going straight towards the 8, so he did get a bit of separation there, but he's missed the pot on the 3. And yeah, Gord, I love the name of the cue company he started, Crystal Palace Cues, Cases, and Accessories. And there's the website there, Gord. Just post it up for you guys. Go check them out. crystalpalacecues.com. Great guy, Gord is as well. Big lover of pool. He's a big supporter of the game, so check him out. Always support those local companies that help out the game lots. Very important. And look at this table on the right. This looks like a drill. Why are all the balls lined up on the right side rail in a line? It looks like somebody set him up there by hand. Well, let's see if Tyson can continue his hot shooting streak here. Tricky little out. First ball I'm noticing, other than this big line over there, is the 8. The 8 is in a rough spot for solids. You kind of got to land underneath it and shoot in the lower left, or you got to develop it. And if you guys are just tuning in with us, this is the Leather Pocket League playoffs. Do me a big favor, click that share button. All we ever ask with this free stream from Cue Sports Live is that you guys share, and you like and follow, and you subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. And it goes a long way to keeping these streams free, which they always will be. We won't be doing any pay-per-view anytime that I know of. So Tyson just tried to play the containing safe there on the right, which was probably a smart shot. He was in tough to try to run out at that point. He left Dave a little shot, and Dave makes a little shot, but he's got a lot of work. A big amount of work after a little shot. And that might be the absolute best thing he could do there. Was plug that hole and not make any more balls. He needs to probably develop the 10-12 before he can start making more balls. And yeah, Gord, good way to practice your rail shots. Put all the balls on the rail. But yeah, if you're rolling them in pocket weight, then you can see if there's any rolls on the table. You can see if the rails are bouncing funny as well. I have a little drill that I use for that in my warm-up. Kind of just a little back and forth drill, continuous. And it's to get the stroke going off the rail shots. Get the side pocket out of my head. A good shot from Warren here. Really nice touch to leave the 7 in the way of the 15. He's so good at those delicate little shots. Very great soft touch from his snooker background. Warren Saffel's a great player. I believe city champion and provincial champion. And Derek goes for the throat there. Try to cut the 14 in and break the 7-15. He's lucky in some senses that he missed and didn't break it out. If he missed and broke it out, then it was going to be gravy train for Warren. Instead, he's in real tough here. Let's see if he can find another wizard safety shot. Always interested to watch the strategy from Mr. Saffel is he just knows the game so well, and he sees the defensive side of the game so well, which I think is something we can all aspire to do better. So I think what he's looking at here is actually trying to hit the 7 into the 15 with enough draw on the cue ball to make the 7 follow through the 15 and pot the 7. That would be some kind of shot. The problem being is that the 15 is probably going to hit the right side horn in that top left corner, and it's probably going to stay in the way. But he might be forced into some kind of shot like that. Not too many safeties that I saw from there, so that is what he's going to try. He had some kind of two-way in mind, but it didn't really work out. What do we have happening on the right here? We've got Tyson just trying to keep the 7 in the way of those 2 stripes over there. Yeah, and a really nice touch, and he's left Dave pretty much only those 2 balls to move, and he doesn't really want to move them, as they have some of the 7 cut off, but he has no choice. Well, he's made a great shot there. He's made a good one there and put Tyson in a pickle now, because he doesn't have enough of the 4 to play it in the upper right. Doesn't have enough of the 7 to play it in the lower left. He could play the 4 in the upper left, but that doesn't really lead him anywhere good. The 7 is in jail now, as is the 8, which I mentioned earlier in this frame. Is that Dave Olson playing on the right table? No, this is Dave Himes. Dave Himes. Dave Olson. Danny Olson's dad does not live in Calgary. Doesn't play LP League. But I think there's a Dave Olson who lives in Calgary too, actually. I know there's an Aaron Olson. That's a pretty common name, that Olson. We have a Mike Robinson in Calgary who plays quite good pool, and there's one in Montana who plays quite well also. And so one day, just to show our tournament director how many Mike Robinsons there were in North America that play pool and have a Fargo rating, there's 9 of them. Those are just the ones that play pool and have a Fargo. There's probably 9 more that don't have a Fargo that play competitive pool, and there's probably 20 more that play pool in general that don't have a Fargo either. So those common names. Dave Olson, a good player that used to live in Winnipeg, says Gord. Okay, yeah. The name's very, very familiar. I know for sure there's a Dave Olson's, Danny Olson's dad, who plays quite well. And I've played him in Vegas a couple of times. I actually played him last year in May at the VNEA. And we watched Danny a little at Forebears. I was watching a little bit of that stream. Danny was there. So let's see Derek eyeing up this really off-angle combination. Very tough one. He's done really well to even get it that close. And this is a pretty sporty little shot, I think. He's left it pretty awkward for his opponent. Like, Warren can make the 7 in the side, but the cue ball is tracking the wrong way. It's tracking away from the 2 and leaving a very difficult shot on the 2 next. But I think he's forced the issue on Warren here. I don't think there's a choice now. I don't see a great safety with ball over the top corner there. Could potentially pot that 10 ball with the cue ball by hitting the right side of the 7 and leaving a weird combination again for Derek, but I don't think we'll see him do that. I think he's going to try to roll this 7 in just slow like that and leave a tough cut on the 2 into the side. I like this play. That was all he could do, and he's played it nicely. He's going to have to go to the end rail, back out past middle to play the 8 in the same pocket, I believe. You can't try to hold this one. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't advise it. Like rolling it to play the 8 in the top right. I think you got to overhit it like this. Yeah, that ensures the line will stay straighter. The only thing that could go wrong is scratching there or freeze up over the 10. Shooting over the 10 would have made this very difficult. He's okay. He's got some clean cueing here. And a nice little out there from Warren's going to give Bus Boys a 9-6 lead. Three-game lead, racing to 13 here. And the winner's going to play Who Ate My Rice in the final. And they'll have to beat them twice. Tall task with how good they've been playing. So on the right here, a couple of good safeties. I like what Tyson did there. He went over and looked to see if the 11 passes the 8. If it doesn't, I feel like he could maybe open up his 7. Could open the 7 here if the 11 doesn't pass the 8. So maybe just chip the 7 softly and leave the cue ball on the end rail. He's not going to leave a shot for his opponent minus a wickedly thin cut in the side, which is now exactly what he's gone and looked at, I think. And I'm sure this is the play. You can develop the table here. I'm always looking for a way to develop it. I'm not waiting for my opponent to open it up for me. I'm gonna try to develop it myself. Nice second ball break from Land there on the left side table. Ball's opened up not bad for her there. Oh, Tyson's hit the wrong ball first, but this is not worst case scenario at all. This might be a good trap, what we call a trap. It's a good trap. It's a good trap. What I mean by that is he's forcing his opponent into doing something, which is not easy. He's trapping his opponent into moving the balls for him. Like, kind of like I was just saying, you don't really want to do that. You'd rather get the work done yourself, but sometimes you got to make them do it. This might be one of these situations where he's going to force Dave into something tough here. He's got to shoot this ball on the side, and he's got to break the 10 out and get a shot on it. Anytime you're breaking out a ball and trying to shape the ball, it's not easy. You got 3 things happening. Oh, he's done really well, though. He's done superbly well there. Not out of the woods yet. Straight in and on the rail is not fun. And he may just have to take a bit of a tougher shot on the 8. Maybe a little more angle than he would like. He's not going to be close to it. And he's not going to be straight in. Just like this. Totally okay to be on the rail here with a little more angle. Tyson's not thrilled with himself, but I think he's played a really good match so far, and he should keep his head held high. Can't win every game. Well, you can, but it's a lot of your team to ask you to win every game. Oh, maybe bad timing from this gentleman walking by. Sharks him? Not at all. Laser focus from Dave. Bus Boys up 10-6 now. And another quick shout out in between shots on the left there to my man Nick with Nick's Q Innovation. Check him out. His phone number's there. You can give him a call, shoot him a text. Or you can check him out on Facebook. He's got a great Facebook page where he posts his work as well as some cool videos. Sometimes he's posting some cool videos where he's making some trick shots or demoing a jump cue, stuff like that. Gord says he checked Fargo rate and Dave Olson lives in Edmonton. That's where I was remembering the name from. Indeed, Dave Olson does live in Edmonton. I am recalling the guy now. Too many Dave Olsons out there, you know. They're all pool players, right? And there's just too many pool players in general. It's it's hard to keep track of them all for me, especially. I just bid off another job that requires remembering a bunch of pool player names too. So I have a lot of pool jobs, if nobody knew. I had to actually dumb down the coaching a little bit. I just haven't had any time to give instruction lately, which is disappointing because I really enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy helping players. But there will be time in the future, you know, and probably over the summer break as well. Pool hall slows down a little, will give me a little more free time. Yeah, my other job, Gord, it's pool hall manager. That's the other job I bid off. And Gord says, Land's good player, learns a lot from the hubby. Yeah, of course. She's been learning a lot from a lot of different players. And Gord, yeah, the second ball break can be great for making the 8-ball for sure. It can also be a safety break, but I think if you're hitting it good, it can be not safety at all. It can be more wide open than some head ball breaks often. What a great shot from Land there on the left. Her team needs her here. Her team really needs her here. She's got to find a way out. It's not easy, but she's got to find a way out. She needs to cut this one in, draw the cue ball around to get shape for the 3-5 combo, and then make the 3-5 combo and get shape on the 3 to get to that tricky little 8-ball over there. So this is a tough one. Thankfully for her, Paul, who's on Team Busboys on the other table, has not got the 5 out. This is not terrible for Land here. She's plugged the pocket. I think we're going to see Mick play a little safety shot here. Pot Land's ball and probably leave her maybe underneath a little bit. You got to watch because the 5, I think, does pass into the lower right, so there are ways to sell out there. Oh, and he just goes for the throat with the breakout. I like it. I applaud the bravery. That's how I like to play the game. Oh, and Tracy, thank you. Tracy in the Facebook there. She says, and they enjoy it when you help them. Tracy, one of the players that came to me for a little help, and a couple of sessions later, she was playing really great, which partially due to obviously a little instruction, but mostly due to the fact that she was putting the work in, putting the time on the table in, and putting the attention into wanting to learn. Often that's a good recipe for success. And yeah, for Gord's game, yeah, probably best that second ball break. I used it exclusively for a long time too. Just I had it really dialed in. But I like the head ball break, and I find for other games it's better for me to practice that a lot, because obviously in 10 ball, 9 ball you can't second ball. So I tend to favor a head ball break because 1, I'm using it a lot in the other games, and 2, it's good to be practicing it a lot. Cliff says Dave Olson's from Pigeon Lake. That's right. I'm actually exactly recalling the guy now, too. It's funny. Sometimes I could know a player really well, but if I don't see him too often, then it won't come popping into my head too quick, but after a minute, I'll remember him. So a couple of big shots here in these racks. A bank on the right table from Paul Silva. Banking this 5 into the right side pocket. Crashing into a ball to get shape, too. Like that slow pause on his stroke, but maybe a little off on the timing. Created too much spin, and he missed the bank. Big moments here for Broken English. Got to try to get this to 10-8. 12-6 is going to be, we feel too much of a hill to climb. I want a stroke from land there, but I don't know if it's going to help her any. Can she float this in the side? Is it possible to float this in the side pocket? If not, she has a bank into the opposite side. It's really thin, but it's on. Tony had to do a little extra with that cue ball and kind of just got a little slappy at it. Talk about stroke timing. That one was off just a little bit. And Tracy, thank you for the nice compliment as a teacher. I appreciate that. Oh, look at this. Has Paul rolled far enough to see the 8? Maybe only to cut it into the lower left. He's not thrilled with himself. He extremely mishit that. And Tracy says she's struggling to find something for Ryder. You don't have to get anything for Ryder, Tracy. But yes, he does like Mario. Yeah, I just got Alan over here too, thinking the same thing I was thinking. Probably Len had to bank that ball into the left side. It was a tough shot, but oh, good times. No ice. Ice machine here is breaking down sometimes. We have ordered a new one. Should be here in a little bit. So that's why I had to mute the mic there for a minute. I've been informed we are out of ice. May need to make a run in between matches here to the gas station quick. Get some bags of ice. And try to see what I can do about that ice machine. See if I can get it running. So Tony with an extra chance there on the right side table. And Mick on the left has crashed into the 8. Playing position on his last ball. So what does he do here? Does he try to cut this in? Does he try to bank it? Does he play some kind of shape? Some kind of two-way? He does not play any kind of two-way. But he might get one. He might get one accidentally because he tried to cut that in. It was a real tough shot. And yeah, like Clark says there in the Facebook chat, definitely a plethora of knowledge in pool in Calgary. He's taken some lessons from the different instructors here and some of the mental side from David Sapolis, who's a great instructor from the U.S. who does some online instruction. Blackjack's Random Thoughts, if you ever follow him on Facebook, he's got some really good quotes about pool. And spending some time with the 14-1 on the 9-foots is going to make anybody a better player in my eyes. And Gord, yeah, that's right. I never thought I'd be this guy, jack of all trades, master of none, but apparently I am. But if pool is a trade, then I'm a master of that, so I'll take it. I'll take being master of one trade and jack of many. Tony with this 8-ball to get it to 10-7. She does just that. Big shot for Broken English. You really got to feel that keeping them away from 11 and 12 is super important. I know when I'm playing these kind of matches, keeping my opponent off the hill is very important. It leaves me a little wiggle room, maybe a mistake or a bad roll here and there, and I can still get away with it. Land with a big shot on this 8. Is she playing the bank? Is it going to go in? Get in there. It doesn't go. It looked like it maybe didn't stay on that straight of a line. Might have caught a hair of a drift to the left there. But it did look like it drifted back out to the right after the other end rail, so possibly just missed from goal. She looks like she's sweating pretty good over there too, maybe feeling the heat. Not everybody's sweating that much, so it can't be that hot in here. And I can feel some air blowing. I can feel some AC blowing from somewhere, I think. Oh, Jeff came over, said he put the AC on. Good shot from Mick there. Nice little 3-rail line he found. And he won a game. He's excited, but he forgot to shake his opponent's hand first. It's very important to do that before you celebrate, I think. Maybe in Moscone Cup they can get away with it, but I think in this you gotta shake hands first. Another big shout out for our next big event, next big tournament that Q Sports Live will be covering is the Huntington's Disease Hope for a Cure. If you guys got any questions about that tournament, just send me a message. I'll get back to you, or send Q Sports Live a message also works. Only 15 spots left in that one. And lots of added money. That's going to be a fun one. 3-player teams, lots of added money. It's going to be great. 11-7 Bus Boys, 2 games away from the final. Wayne Chow on the left trying to put a stop to that. Yeah, Johnny Baptiste won the King of the Hill. $1,600 winner take all. I heard, Gord. I heard. I watched a little bit of one match, and he was playing great, as always. Did the AC kick in yet? Okay. I see some sweat happening. It is warm. Jeff has confirmed the AC is running. Yeah, you can see the cord wiggling, so it's blowing. You just got to sit in the right spot where you get hit by both of them. Broken English needing a bit of a comeback here. This is not looking promising right now, although still enough time to work. I wouldn't say plenty of time, but enough. 2 games at a time, it goes pretty quick. Just 2 rotations of the table, and it's 11-11, right? But with Reiner at the table on the left, and Warren at the table on, Warren on the left and Reiner on the right, it's not looking great for Broken English. You got to be shooting to be winning. Oftentimes in these team matches, you want to find out who's winning. It's the one shooting. The one's doing the most shooting. Good shot there from Warren on the left. It's got position on the 2. And the 1-6 in trouble and the 7 ball in trouble over there. So some work to be done. Reiner with a good shot on the right-hand table, but he's going to need another big one here. This 9 ball back cut into the upper left into half a pocket is a tall task. Chris is not feeling the AC. Chris is in the gym still, maybe sweating it up. And yeah, Gord, when Johnny Baptiste gets on a roll, he's really hard to beat. He's one of the most talented players in the country for sure. Yeah. Oh, the 8 ball just about finds its way in. Derek's going to have to work for this game rather than having it handed to him. I've always said in singles tournaments, I don't like winning like that, but in a team event, I'll take all the free games I can get. They make the 8 in the wrong pocket. I'm thrilled. I feel like in a singles event, I prefer to do the work myself. Let's see what Reiner has here after missing that ball but getting back pretty early. He's still got a real tester. And Warren on the other table, he's made a good shot, but he's got another tough one coming. I think the 7 actually passes into the upper left there. Looking at the table outside the screen, it does. It does go. Doesn't need to move it. First glance at that table, I thought it was in trouble, that 7, but it goes. It's got room. And yeah, no, Gord, you're right. I wouldn't ever say, yeah, it is re-rack. I'm not taking that win. That would never happen, but I don't have to like it. Kind of like how that Len Memorial ended with Stan scratching, shooting the 9 and scratching. I didn't have to shoot it. Didn't want it to end like that, you know. But I'd take it. Take it any day. Nice shot from Derek there on the right side table. Beautiful shot. His team really needs him now. Good chance that his game could be the last one if he doesn't get out on this attempt. Because Warren is on the 8. So to put them on the hill, mind you, he's drawn way too far back. And now he's probably banking this ball. He could thin cut it in the lower right, but I don't think that's a high percentage. I think the bank in the side or the corner is higher percentage. This game's all about playing high percentages. Derek on the 1 ball. I think the 1 goes in the side. If not, fairly easy to get over to it right now, which he's done quite well at, I think. In my opinion, you wouldn't want to shoot the 7 than the 1 because it's harder to get on the 8. So playing the 1 first here before the 7 is going to give him a higher percentage chance. He's got to play precise shape on the 7, though. Oh, and what a great shot from Derek there. That's bringing it when it matters. When your team needs you, that's a big one. You love to see it. I like to see that energy when it really matters, and he's come with a big out. His team needed him most. 11-8. And they're at the other table. Could be 11-9. Unbelievable. Unbelievable out there. Really nice work. And when the wife approves, you've done it well. You've done it well. Tony approves. Tony gave me a little look like, did you see that? That was a good out. 11-8. Anybody's game still. Allen with a come on, let's go broken English.
Let's go, Tony.
They got a lot of fans in the room here, of course. They play a lot of the weekly tournaments, so they got all the weekly tournament players behind me cheering them on. Good shot there from Wayne on the left. He knows he needs to get out there. Every game's so important for Broken English here. You can't let them get on the hill. Not yet, anyway. His only somewhat tough ball is this 9 down there. And he's trying to get it in a more favorable position, so he moved it with his hand or something. So the option here for Warren is to put it back where it was, where he thinks it was, leave it where it is. He's just trying to figure out where it was. Oftentimes, the gentleman rule here is put it back where you think it was. Don't put it back to a goofy spot. So he's just going to move it back a little bit to where they agree that it was. Cue ball fouls only in BCA Pool League. Cue ball fouls only. Let's see where he puts it. It's fine. Didn't change anything too much. And I think that's pretty much right where it was. And yeah, I could use YouTube, Greg, to see where it was. But we don't need to. Not unless they kind of requested it for some reason, but I don't think it would happen there. If it was not available into the lower right before he moved it, then for sure you could question like a still picture to get it close to where it was if they wanted. But since it was available into the lower right, then it's not a problem to just put it back where you think it was. Bit of a tester here for Wayne on the left side table. This 10-ball back cut, somewhat blind pocket. He's got a lot of two-way options here, though. It doesn't have to work out bad for him if he missed. As you can see, if that ball hadn't gone in, his opponent had not much happening on the 8. This match clicking along at a good pace. 7 minutes till the 2-hour mark, and they're getting down near the end, so my prediction of a 4:30 final is looking pretty good. Yeah, it's a little further out than it was, but for sure, like I said there, Greg, absolutely. Not a big difference. Not going to change the outcome at all. Wayne with a great shot there, and now he's on a good line on this 9-ball. Try to get Broken English to within 2 games here. And he's going to do just that. 8-ball nearly unmissable for a player of his ability. We'll get it to 11-9, and Lan Fong making an appearance at the right-hand table can get this to 11-10. Wayne does just that, drains the 8, gets it to 11-9. A little discussion about the handshake here. Warren a little bit not wanting to shake with his right arm because his shoulder hurts. So it's been a left-handed handshake, which is super awkward. You got to just put the fist bump up if you can't shake with your right hand. You can't offer a left-handed handshake. This just makes it very awkward. Nick's Cue Innovation, guys, check him out. Go check out his Facebook. Lots of cool videos up there. Pictures of all his work. Doing great cue repair work, wraps and tip repairs, and he's building shafts and jump cues and all kinds of stuff. Lan Fong with the nice combo there to open it up. That table was still open, so she could play the combo there. And now she is on the low balls with only the 4 ball to really worry about here. All the other balls lay nice near the middle of the table, all out in the open. Oh, she was trying to land on the 4 right there, and she hasn't got there. But this is why you try to land on those balls early, so that you still have other options. Don't think she can see the 4 here. Oh, and what a mess there on the left. What a big mess. This is second ball if you're not hitting it good and not racking it good. I feel like the 8 was racked in the wrong spot there too. I don't think either one of them noticed that the 8 was racked in the wrong spot. She racked the 9 in the middle. 9-ball player. 9-ball player racked the 9 in the middle. And that could very well affect this game because, you know, if the 8 was where the 9 is now, that's a big difference. The 8's kind of in the open here, but it would have been right in the middle of the cluster if it was racked correctly. Oh, she won't mind seeing Mick pot a ball right away. That's probably good news for her. She wants him to pot a whole bunch of these balls. Keep a whole bunch in that cluster, and then she's going to have a million safeties. Is he going to pot this 3? I think he should stop potting balls right now. Maybe clip off the side of the 3 and pot her ball. I might do that. Because breaking these out was never going to work in his favor. Never. Too hard to get the 2, 6, the 1 out. It was just never, ever going to happen. Especially from that angle. So now he's only got 5 balls left. She's got 7. Which gives her control of this table. She certainly has control of that cluster on the left there. So Mick would be smart to stop potting balls, but he's not going to. He's going to keep potting them. Kind of, I've always liked the description of taking your soldiers off. You know, you need more soldiers up there to hide behind and to use to your advantage. More options for breakouts and safeties. So now he's only got 4 balls left. He's running into trouble here. He's got to shoot the 4 and pot the 12. Use the 4 to combo in the 12. You got to start making her balls now. You got to get some of her soldiers out of the way. Off the table. I like that description from a player behind me. He said he's a little tired. You know, he played in the league playoffs, and then he played the tournament as well. And he said, a little tired, but, you know, I got to play some pool. Life is good. That's keeping it all in perspective, you know. Just a game of pool. It's something you love doing. You got to play. You got to have fun. That's what life's all about, right? And Dave with a big miss over there on the right-hand table and a big scratch over here on the left from Mr. Landwehr's. We could have potentially a tie ball game after these 2 frames. Don't mind my snooker commentary with the frames. I've been watching snooker. World Snooker started yesterday. Tony's got control of this still, I feel. And her balls are in a good position to either open these up or play a safety at some point. And I think that's her plan here. And this is This is brilliant. If this is the plan, I think it's, you kind of stun into this ball on the rail, the 11. It's going to push the 6-2 out, and you can kind of freeze up on the 11. She's trying to see if the balls are frozen, to see if she's getting a rail after. Got to get a rail after contact. Mick's going to get up, take a look too. Might require a second opinion and some glasses. The trick is there to try to block the light in between, but if even a fiber of that ball is frozen, then the ball would be considered frozen. Looks like they've come to an agreement. I actually don't think it matters. I think she gets the cue ball to the rail. I think she touches, yeah, just like that. She touches the 11, cue ball gets the rail. I think even a little firmer couldn't have hurt there. A little firmer kind of opens it up more with the same result of the cue ball behind the 11, but you didn't want to hit it too hard and risk blasting it open and losing it, control of it, so good shot. And Mick's going to have to kick into this 2 ball or the 6 ball, but I feel like the 2 is the ball you should be trying to hit. You don't want to kick the 6 out of the way, open up the table for her. You got to make her work for it, right? You can't just hand it to her. And Lan on the right table there. She took her time on this one to try to make a good decision. Let's see if it worked. I think it did because, oh, and the 2 gets the rail nicely. Good shot there from Mick. Real nice shot. Keeps the 8 kind of contained as well. Is a good shot. And Lan, although her safety hasn't worked out quite as well as she thought, I think it still does the job because she hasn't really left Dave, I should say, an easy shot with any easy position. Let's see what Dave does here and what Tony does on the left. I feel like Tony's going to play another safety. Dave kicks out a ball, probably a smart shot there. Hasn't left Lan anything too easy, although the 5 after the 7 will open the pocket for the 3. The problem is she plays the 7, she plays the 5. It's hard to get from the 5 to the 4 without bringing in some side pocket scratches. But I don't think there's an option, really. It's just play the 7, then the 5. You could play a 3-5 combination later on, say after the 4, but I'm not a fan of that either. Okay, so she is coming down here for the 4, so it might be shoot the 4, then the combination. I don't love it because you got to control the 3 well, and it could get lost behind those stripes. If you guys are just tuning in, we're at the Leather Pocket Billiards watching the league playoffs for our Wednesday division, battling it out. $4,500 first prize being taken home at the conclusion. The winner of this will play the final against Who Ate My Rice. We'll have to beat them twice. And if you guys are enjoying it, make sure you do me a favor. Click that share button. Click the thumbs up on the Facebook and the YouTube. And give us a like and a follow if you like what Q Sports Live does. So Mick blasting at these balls. Did he play the bank in the side? What a super shot. What a super shot. Can he see the 6? He can. He can see it, but can he avoid the scratch? I don't think so. I don't think so. He puts his hand in the air like, can you believe I landed here after a super shot like that? I applaud the bravery. That was a good shot. That was a good shot. And it looks like Lands came with a decent leave after attempting the combo. What do you do if you're Dave here on the right? You kind of are in a tough spot. Maybe you got to thin the 15 and use 15 to block the 5 and use the 8 to block the 3. I think that's all you can do. The other option is go full into the 15 and sit up on the 11. If you freeze up near the 11, you can't really leave much of a shot. You could try to pot the 5, but that can get away from you a little bit. I like the first option. I like this one, the one he's playing. Kind of cut the 15 towards the 5 and send the cue ball behind the 8. He's just going to leave her the 3. Tempt her with a bank shot. I think she'll take the bait. She should. I mean, if she makes the bank, she's going to be on the 5. A little stun shot or a little soft draw. And it's hard to sell out because she has control of that pocket. Tony gets back to this table on the left with a beautiful opportunity to win this game and get it to 11-10. And what a match these two teams are putting on for us here. Great show. I'm thoroughly entertained. How about everybody else? This has been great. This has been a really high quality match. Some really good pool. Some good strategy, some good outs, some big shots. It's had a little bit of everything. It's had some safety battles galore. A couple of really great safety battles indeed. Tony looks to have got the better of that safety battle over there, although maybe in part to Mick's bad luck after he made such a great bank. Okay, here we go. Tony firing at this bank, I think. It was kind of a free shot. It was kind of a free one. Knowing she couldn't really sell out. I don't even know how much she tried to make the bank because she overdrew the cue ball quite a bit. Tells me maybe she wasn't trying to make the bank. Yeah, Clark agrees in the Facebook. Great shooting by both teams. Indeed, has been. Big shot from Tony here. She's got to land really close to straight in on this 8. Next, big shot. Looks like she can go forward a little. That'll do. This 8 ball to get it to 11-10. Just pot her 5, says Blaine. Yeah, that's probably the ploy here, but it's a little off angle. It's not so easy. For Dave, what a great game over there on the left. Nice little battle won by Tony to get it to 11-10. And they're going to have Derek Richels to break. Or not to break on the other table. Paul to break, rather. So Dave played a pretty good little shot there. And now I feel like Lan is forced into probably going at this combination. There is another little shot here where you could kind of just chip off the left side of the 5 and maybe freeze up on the 15. She could super thin the left side of the 5 and kind of put the cue ball near that top right corner. I think that might be what else she was looking at. But let's head back over to the split screen to watch Paul Silva break. Yeah, maybe the jump. That's not a bad call, Blaine, in the Facebook there. Blaine calls the jump. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. As long as you get over the ball, you make contact on the 3, you're a huge favorite to pot the 3. Huge favorite, because you have the side rail too. You have to understand that the side rail there is giving you a bigger ball. She's just going to elevate, and we're going to miss kind of what happens here. due to the lack of a side view. My apologies, folks. Split screen. Watching both matches. Both games. Not missing any of the action, but sometimes missing the right angle on a shot. I think you go for the combo here. I like Blaine's call, jump the 3 in.
Yeah, that one's
It's such a big ball,
but he has a combo there.
but I think she makes the jump.
I know.
I think it's a really high percentage to make it because it's so close to the rail.
I even thinking you can just kick.
She's got this. She's got the short cue in her hand. She sees it. She sees it. I love it. She's seen the shot. That's half the battle in this game is
Ben talks too loud.
just seeing the shots. Yeah, maybe I talked loud enough she heard me. The crowd is hoping she'll pop this one in. Yeah, and exactly, Blaine. As long as you get over this ball, the worst you leave is this combo, and it's not a hanger. Paul with a great chance on the left-hand table to get them on the hill, too, so this jump shot by Lana is even more important.
She can jump good, so which is okay.
She jumps so good.
It's a big
I really like her chances to make this ball, to be honest.
natural shape.
And the shape is there, that's right. Yeah, really good effort. Really good effort. And worst case, she leaves this weird combo. It's not easy. It's not a hanger.
Now it's actually he has pressure. He has to.
She must have moved it with her cue a little bit, right?
Q, yeah.
The 15? Because it wasn't there before. The 5 went before. So she must have moved it a little with her cue and made the combo easier. Or maybe with her hand. Because the 5 went before, for sure it had a really clear path. She doesn't have to ask her opponent if he wants to move it back, because she made it a hanger. Look at this. Has he gone too far? He's overcut it, and I think he's gone too far. Can he spin this one in with a ton of right spin? It's going to be very important as Paul Silva looks to be running out over there on the left if this ball passes the 1. It doesn't. He's shooting the ball on the side. And we're massing over here. Look, he's elevated. He's massing. What a great shot. What a great pot. Still not out of the woods yet. Still a real tough shot on the 8. And Paul over there on the wrong side of this 10, I feel. You gotta get really good on that other stripe because the 8's in a precarious spot too. 8 doesn't pass the 1. And he's playing this ball off the rail, off the 1. This is a big shot. It's a really big shot. And he's sending the cue ball kind of into the 8, I think. So it might be a bit of a guess where it's going to end up. He's done well, but where's the 8 going? Where's the 8 going? It's hiding on him. I think he might be able to spin this one in. Touch of left spin. I'm trying to get. Oh, what a great shot from Dave on the right. Table puts Busboys on the hill, and now this 8 ball could be for the match.
The window?
I think he has the window and maybe just a touch of left spin. We'll see. This is a tricky one, but this is to put them into the final. He couldn't spin it in, so Broken English still alive, although that might have been a bit of a fortunate kiss to leave Derek absolutely no available shot. He's got to find a good safety here, which is not easy. Not easy to find a good safe. You'd hate to leave him a free shot at a bank. But you can't take too big of a risk playing a hook and possibly selling out. I think off the bottom side of this 2 behind the 6 is the play.
Which table?
Let's head back over the split screen because Wayne Chow's getting ready to break this rack. Big second ball. Hammers the second ball. So hard that he almost lost the cue ball off the table. Drilled it. And that's not the kind of look you want to get. You want to get a nice look, and he hasn't got a nice one there. It's a clustered one. All the pressure's on Derek over here on this single table, though. On the left, Derek needs to find a good safety shot to keep Broken English alive in these playoffs. It's a lot of pressure. Thin off the 2 behind the 6. It's the only shot, I think. Didn't get behind it, but that's okay. It's really all you could do. You can try to risk getting behind it, but you could overhit it and end up selling out. So this is not bad. And he has called the bank in the lower right. Let's head back over to the single table view. Paul Silva for the win here. Big bank shot for Bus Boys to get them into the final. Second chance at this 8-ball for Paul. This requires a heavy cut and a lot of right spin, and he looks good. It looks good. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable trap shot from Derek. Perfectly traps Paul. The winning shot was made, but the cue ball found the upper right, and it's 12-11, anybody's game. Tyson takes a sip of his drink. He's going to be playing the hill game over there. And amongst all the excitement, Wayne loses a little bit of focus and has scratched. Unbelievable turn of events here. Can you believe this? It's all happening. 12-11. Warren Saffel to break. Of course, we knew Warren would be the hill game for Bus Boys. Tyson, clutch finisher for Broken English. It could come down to that one. Reiner has ball in hand there on the right side table, but they don't lay nice. There's work there. There is work there on that right-hand table for Reiner to try to win it for Bus Boys. So let's see if Warren can get a good break and maybe take a little pressure off Reiner. Yeah, those off-angle banks are hard. And that's right, Blaine, the Pool of Gods want hill. I feel like they do, you know? I feel like they do after watching that cue ball slop in. It didn't go in the heart. It slopped in there. It's the Pool of Gods trying to fight for the hill finish. Warren's made a ball, but again, these clustered racks, they're not getting wide open tables. And you kind of love to see this. If it does end up the 25th game, you love to see it a little tight. What a match this has been. Coming right down to the end. A couple of big shots for Reiner. He's miscued, trying to draw in and break the 6 out. Now he's in a world of hurt, and you got to put Wayne as a huge favorite over there in that game right now. So I'm really thinking this is hill and all about what Warren does here on the left. obviously there will be a massive amount of pressure on Wayne to try to force the hill when he gets back to this table, which he's certain to do. I don't often use certainties in pool, but I'm going to go with the fact that Reiner is not running out from here. As he kicks and cuts in the 4 and breaks out the 6. Just kidding. He's just going to have to kick into that, try to get a rail after, and hope that his opponent doesn't run out, but he's not going to get a rail after. So Wayne with ball in hand. He's got to watch something funny doesn't happen here with trying to break those balls out. But he has ball in hand to do it. And it's possible the 13's even wired in the side off the 8, so he might not even have to break them out. Yeah, jump at the 1. And then he might have had the 4 for a breakout. You never know, right? Crazier things have happened. Tyson's getting to this table on the left. Deep breaths. Deep breaths required. And low ball actually looks to be the favorite in that game. So Broken English has got to be loving their chances right now. If I'm on their team, I'm sitting on the bench. I'm loving this. I'm loving the way this looks for my team. Solids has control on the left, and Stripes has control on the right. And Wayne Chow, being a very experienced player, he's going to make a very smart decision here, and he's not going to rush to it. Tyson on the left, he's got plenty of options. All of Warren's balls kind of cluster near the middle. Tyson has his now kind of out in the open a little bit. 5 ball and 4 ball, a little bit tough, but his balls look very favorable. Oh, he would have actually loved to see that 1 ball hang there, I think. If that 1 ball didn't go in, he probably would have loved that. He would have had Warren kicking at these balls to open them up for him. But in the same sense, he is on the 3, and he does have an angle to break the 5. But at this point in the rack, if you're going to pot the 3 and break the 5, you better be really sure. If it goes wrong, it's most likely going to be devastating. Well, he tries to use the 6 to break the 5 and doesn't quite spin it enough. Still with some options. 7, I think, is pretty straight in. I'm not sure if he's got angle to nudge the 8-2 open. Gord says he loves being the final player in a hill-hill match. Not everybody loves that. Some people love that. I've never been one to really love that. I'd rather play first. Yeah. And hopefully it never gets hill-hill. I mean, if I have to play it, I will, but I've only had to a handful of times in my pool career, in league pool. Once in a big Vegas game in a 9-ball team final, where I actually managed to get the better of a great player and force a second set where we lost anyway, so it was meaningless. Gotta love those games that were meaningless. Okay, what's Wayne doing over here? I'm confused why he didn't develop the 14-13 right away. I'm actually very confused why he didn't do that. Why is he potting off other balls first? The only thing I can see is maybe he was worried about, you know, one of those balls being tied up there after he broke out the 13. Or it's just the fact that the 13 goes in off the 8 and he doesn't have to do anything with it. Although look at this, he's spinning the breakout and the 13 wasn't wired, and what a fantastic shot. Super, super shot from Wayne Chow there. And I guess that's what he saw, and then we saw the 8 kind of go towards where the balls in the middle of the table were, so it makes sense that he fired those off first, because the 8 might have tied those up or something. And this might be the shot that'll finish it off. Got to get short side on the 14, I think. Oh, he draws into the 14. Look out for the scratch. Look out for the scratch. Ooh, the breath was being held there, that's for sure. What a shot from Warren. What a shot from Warren over here. You don't want to get in a safety battle with this guy, let me tell you. Let me tell you. He plays a very, very smart game, and he's put Tyson in a pretty tough spot here. Yeah, looked like Warren actually just got a little fortunate there. He tried to cut the ball in and got a little lucky. And look out. Oh, great shot from Tyson. Great shot. Really great shot. He had to be super brave there. He takes a deep breath like he knows he had to be brave there, because he had to send that cue ball right towards the bottom right. And yeah, 1 and 2 with the top players. You got it, Gord. You have your top players playing early. Although we always had Mr. Hole M playing anchor for us. He was our best player. Barry's team was a little different, though. Kind of had 5 really strong guys who just gel well, so it didn't really matter where anybody played, to be honest. Steven was the closer. Unless we were a visitor, then it was Eric. Great shot from Wayne. Really great shot. That was made to look way easier than it was. To elevate out of the corner pocket like that and spear that one in with a little bottom was very brave. Super well executed. And now just 2 balls left in the 8 to force the hill, which is already underway. On the left-hand table, Warren kicking at. A stripe doesn't make contact, and Tyson is going to have ball in hand over there to try and win this match, because I feel like Wayne is heavy, heavy favorite to make this in the 8 and get it to Hill. Obviously, the nerves can cause anything to happen, but let's watch this 8 ball go in and hear the crowd. His teammates are going to try to fire it up for Tyson over there. Let's get it going in the chat too. Let's share that stream one more time for me, guys. We got Hill action in the winners side final of the Leather Pocket League playoffs. Let's head over to the single screen view. It's all down to this. Tyson Bautista with ball in hand, 4 balls in the 8, but they're clustered. So let's try to see what he could do here. Maybe we can help him out. I think the only real option here is shoot the 3 and break the 4. Is the 4-3 combo wired? It looks like it is. Okay, now that changes things. The 4-3 combo and break the 5 with some draw. I think that's the ploy here. And good call there from Blaine as well. Yes, the 4-3 does go. I assume it goes. I'm assuming here because he's shooting it. Hit this with some draw, break the 5. Beautiful. And what a chance he has here to steal this match from Bus Boys and send his team into the final. Tyson Bautista, only thing stopping him now is himself. He's got the balls in the open. He's got to shoot this 5 with some heavy top spin and get down for the 2 next. And then the 4 will go on the upper right after the deuce. He's playing draw. Is he on the 4? He's on the 4 or the 2. That was actually a very smart shot to play in such a way where he left both balls on. I think the 4 has to be the shot here. I don't think he can hold this. I'm holding my breath because this ball Easy to miss when you're hitting it slow, and it's easy to overhit by a mile, and he did. He way overhit it. He had to shoot the 4 first there. He just had to shoot the 4 first. It was the tougher shot, but it's just impossible to hold that ball on that angle. And he even cheated in the ball. Obviously, this 4 is not wired off the 8 into the upper right. It looked like it was close, no? Was the 4 not pretty close to wired in off the 8 in the upper right? It went directly in that direction. I feel like he could have taken a free shot at it and still got the cue ball where it is now. But pressure, you know, it does funny things to our vision. That's for sure. And now he's in a world of hurt. You're playing one of the most experienced players in these situations that Calgary's ever seen. Mr. Warren Saffel, he knows how to not let these ones go. Very good at containing his opponent with two-way shots and quality safeties. But that was a great shot from Tyson to keep him way down here and make him work for it. And yeah, Gord, maybe the 8 would have gone bank corner, and maybe that's why he didn't shoot it. What a super shot that was. How brave was that? Does the 4 pass in the side if he didn't make that shot? That was brave. That was a super shot. Really super shot. Let's see if he can hold it together. Now these Hill games are just nerve-wracking. Just an immense amount of pressure in a team format with all your teammates relying on you too. And Tyson shouldn't hold his head down. He should hold his head high. He's played a great match. And one mistake can sometimes decide it, but it shouldn't. Obviously, you got to think back to the other mistakes in the match. This wasn't the only one. Just happens to be the one that people will remember. But I think Tyson's played a great match. Obviously, he won't sleep if Warren gets out here, but he should hold his head high. Let's see, Warren's still got to do the work. Cue ball close to the rail here. This is where mistakes can happen. Oh, and he almost overcut that one. You could see him flinch a little, stand up with a big breath, because he overcut it a little, and that's why the cue ball tracked a touch far as well. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. He just needs to play shape on one more ball, but this is kind of like the one awkward angle he could be on, I think. Top with inside. Is he coming up short? Is he coming up short? This is not ideal. This is not ideal. If he's one revolution shorter than that, he maybe doesn't even have the side shot. But as it sits, he's got the side shot, but he's got to play some good shape here. Cue ball's going to be getting some speed behind it. He's undercut it. He hasn't undercut it. He's put it right in the heart. I thought he undercut it. I thought he hit it a little thick and off the horn. He's just got to hold it together to make this 8 to put his team into the final. Let's listen for the cheers. He does just that. And what a match we were treated to there, folks. Fantastic stuff from both teams. Really great quality. I super enjoyed that match. Congratulations to Broken English for a strong third-place finish. They should hold their heads high. And we'll see Bus Boys back in a few minutes here in the final. We're going to take about a 5 or 10 minute break. We won't be too long. We'll be back with the finale. So don't go far. Make sure if you haven't already, like and follow our Facebook, subscribe on our YouTube. We'll be back.